that to suggest criminal libel.
Yes, please.
The very provision that you read earlier, which is still in 12 on my
12,
copy.
yeah, 10 in the new bill.
Prohibition of propaganda.
Yes.
Of promotion of and advocacy for activities prohibited under this act.
Yes.
A person who, through media, technological platform, technological account, or any other means, produces, procures, markets, broadcasts, disseminates, publishes, or distributes, or uses an electronic device, the internet service, a film, or any other device capable of electronic storage or transmission to produce, procure, market, broadcast, disseminate, publish, or distribute a material for purposes of promoting an activity prohibited under this act, commits an offense and is liable on summary conviction to a term of imprisonment not less than 5 years and not more than 10 years.
Yes. So 10(1), which is what, or 12(1) per the old bill, says that if you do any of those things relative to an activity that is prohibited under this act. Now, what have been prohibited under this act? That is spelled out.
LGBTQ.
Absolutely. Now, something, and that is not contrary to our constitution.
So there can be discussions on this media.
So long as you do editorials. You do editorials. Good. You can do an editorial on money laundering, but your editorial will not end up promoting money laundering. Why? Money laundering has been designated as a criminal offense in this country. You can do an editorial on holding religious views, but you would stop short of having an editorial that promotes extreme religious views, jihad or crusades.
Okay.
By anything.
I think you're marking joints, but tell me,
so
give me a third example,
Yes.
and that example should be how, as a media person, you can have a discussion on LGBTQ when this becomes law without getting into trouble. So 2 says a person who engages in or participates in an activity that promotes or supports sympathy for.
So those have been changed.
Sympathy
Let me read
for
what it reads now for you.
Change of public opinion.
That has been changed. So it says a person who engages in, participates in, promotes or supports an act prohibited under this act. So sympathy for has been taken up because, again, in the consultation with the committees, we realize that that is subjective.
Changing public opinion.
And then B, aimed at changing public opinion towards an act prohibited under this act. So, for example, the Vigilantism Act. I, as a victim at IRSO West Wogon, would love to have private security that would protect me from possible state actors. But the law we passed in Parliament has prohibited me from having any such macho men around me going into an election. I cannot, for the one, and you will not give me a platform to come and sit here and advocate for the preponderance of macho men in our elections. Why? Because even though I may choose to say that that is my wish, the state has passed a law against it. So something you can engage in academic discourse. And I'll give you a typical example. Evans interviewed me on on I think the news, the main news. But before he interviewed me, he interviewed a spokesperson for a group called Rectify Plus or something, which is an LGBTQ advocacy group in this country. This was in June last year. Now, when he put me on, the first thing I said to him was, Evans, what you have just done will make your network and you yourself liable for falling under then 12(1), now 10(1) of this bill. And he asked me why. I said, you ask them questions about their activities. Fair. But then they now told you that June was Pride Month. Then you decided to ask them to outline the activities that that group was carrying out in support of LGBTQ in the course of the month. So then you give them a platform to say, on Tuesday, 7th June, we'll be doing this activity here. On Wednesday, this. Now, that is promotion of an activity that is criminal under this act. So that is a place where your editorial policy will draw a line. Because the same way you won't allow me come and sit here and say that, look, I can show you how to launder money using a boutique. You will stop me immediately. It is the same way you must be willing and able to draw the lines for persons when they want to cross. So you can have academic conversations, you can have academic discussions, you can have an editorial on what it is about chromosomal structure and whether X, Y, and XX are the only known chromosomes or what XXY and XYY constitute. You can have an academic conversation.
I can have a conversation and say that, and allow somebody to say that their investigation, scientific or otherwise, shows that LGBT behavior is behavioral.
Yes, but they'll have to show you
what
scientific. They should show you what scientific evidence, because it should not just come and be an opinion that the person is just sitting here and expressing an opinion for it. Again, mind you, the word is the promotion of it. Promotion of something. I can come and talk about something without promoting it. Something. I can sit here.
But in this law,
yes,
is it not very obvious that once you say something that is contrary, you know, to that sort of in favor of these people, then you are committing an offense?
The same way as a journalist, you have restricted yourself on money laundering, on anti-terrorism, on vigilantism, on all kinds of subjects. I can
talk about the things that those people do in the money laundering world.
Yes, but you don't promote it.
I can talk about it.
Absolutely.
But in this law, it is obvious. Once I talk about that, I'll be caught for promoting it.
There is no part of the law you've read that
I can publish the images. I can publish the images of people caught in money laundering.
Yes.
I can publish whatever it is. You
publish it to what end? Are you publishing
to speak about the substance?
Because you think that it is an ill in society.
But here,
yes,
I will be caught by this law.
How?
Afiyoma King, thank you very much for making the time to join us. Okay, so I understand his line just failed.
Whilst we try to get him back, if you read 13, which is